Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be going through and decluttering some of my single eyeshadows. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so I have 5 of the L'Oreal Infallible like pigment eyeshadows. They come in like a little thing like this, and you need to keep this in there. So it's kind of like a pressed down pigment. They're really silky and soft. Really beautiful. So I'm going to keep this one for when I like to do a purple look, because this is the only sparkly purple eyeshadow I really have in this color. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for sure. And then I just recently got this one. This is the only matte one that I have. This one is in the shade Sultry Smoke. Oh, and that purple one was in the shade Burst into Bloom, by the way. So this one's in the shade Sultry Smoke, and it's a little bit too cool tone for me. I know gray is like, duh, Stephanie, it's obviously cool toned. And it is really nice. So if you're looking for like a nice deep charcoal matte gray color, this one is really good, but I just don't get a lot of use out of it, so I'm going to give this one away. Alright, this one is in the shade Infinite Sky. I'm not going to swatch this one, but it is a really pretty kind of like denim blue color. I'm just going to get rid of it because I have a shadow stick that I'll be talking about in a different video that I like more than this one, and it's a really similar color of blue. Alright, this one is in the shade Iced Latte, and it's a really pretty one. Now, what's funny about this one is I feel like the formula is just a little bit different than the others. It's still just as smooth, but it has the tendency to look a little bit more like chunky, but you can see just how like shiny that is. And I know some people use this as like a highlighter on the cheekbones, which I've never used because I don't go for something like that shimmery and intense. But it makes a really beautiful inner corner highlight or like a pop of color on the lid, so I'm going to keep this one too. And then of course this one is like the cult classic. This is what got me hooked on this formula. This is in the shade Amber Rush, and there is a good reason that it's so popular. It's just so stunning. It's a beautiful kind of coppery color, and you'll see here. I mean, it's just like everything. So I love this. I'm definitely going to keep it. Alright, this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Metal by iStudio 24 Hour Eyeshadow. I have mine in the shade Barely Branded. I've had this for so long. I got it because I thought it would be kind of like a nice like base color, and it's just, a lot of people rave about the formula, but for me it was just kind of like oily on my lids. It seemed like it didn't want to settle down. So, and it's just gotten really old because I've never used it, so I'm just probably going to throw this one away. Alright, next we have the e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow in the shade, I think it's, yeah, Celebration. Now this one, it is a really pretty silver color. It's kind of like a gel moussey texture, like you can kind of like move it around. And you know, it is pretty, but I just don't ever wear silver eyeshadow. I find it doesn't really complement my more yellow undertones in my skin, and I have brown eyes, and I don't know, I just don't feel like it really complements my skin tone that well. So it is really beautiful, and if you like silver, the formula is pretty good, but yeah, I just don't wear it, so I'm going to pass that one on. Alright, these are 2 e.l.f. smudge pots. Now I don't know if they discontinued these or if they just like renamed them, but they used to be called the smudge pots. I have them in the shade Cruisin' Chic, which is this more brown color, and then Why Not, which is a more shimmery maroon color. I'm going to get rid of Why Not because I don't really wear this one. But Cruisin' Chic is a really pretty kind of like deep taupe color to just put all over the lid. It's a really easy like one shadow look, and these do dry down all the way, so you don't have to worry about them like creasing throughout the day on your eyelid or like moving around. So those are really good, but I'm going to get rid of Why Not and keep Cruisin' Chic. Alright, this one I just recently got. It's the Katy Perry by CoverGirl Kitty Cat Pearl. It says it's a shadow and a highlighter. I never tried it as a highlighter, but it kind of stinks as an eyeshadow. It's just not much pigmentation. I have mine in the shade Tiger Rose. And it's a really pretty kind of like champagne pink. But I just have so many. I'm not going to get use out of this, and it's not super pigmented, so I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay, this is by Milani. This is one of their Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadows. And they are really nice. This one's in the shade Bella Champagne. I just don't get a lot of use out of it because almost every palette that I have has a shade like this. It's kind of similar to Amber Rush by L'Oreal, just not as intense. So it is really pretty, and I do recommend it because the formula is super good. I have colors like this in all my other palettes, so I don't really need a single shadow version of it. Alright, this is by NYX, and it's one of their single shadows in the shade Jaded. And I got this in an Ipsy bag. It's a full size, and it is a really pretty color. And it is a really pretty, like, deep emerald green color. I just don't wear colors like this on the daily, and I've only worn this about one time, so I'm just going to pass it on. Alright, this shadow I also got in an Ipsy bag. I actually just recently got it. It's City Color Cosmetics Shimmer Shadow. Now mine is all busted up because I had to put it back together because it came to me. It had gotten all broken up while it was being shipped to me. So I just put alcohol in it and kind of patted it back down so it doesn't look as great. But I literally just got this a couple days ago. It is similar to Amber Rush. It's a little bit deeper in tone though. If you can see it there. Oh, sorry, my swatches are terrible. But I'm going to go ahead and keep and try it out. The formula seems really nice. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try it out. It seems really nice. Okay, this is actually a loose pigment by Naked Cosmetics. This is the only loose pigment I own. This one is in the shade Desert Sunset. I'm not going to open it because it's going to make a mess, but it's kind of very similar to this color, that Milani Bella Champagne shade. And I've used it a couple times and I really like it. It's just loose pigments are a little bit more difficult to work with because you have to have some kind of adhesive. You either have to spray it with like water or a setting spray or use like a glitter glue, which is what I used with it. So yeah, I'm going to keep it, and I actually got it for free. I redeemed my rewards points on my Ipsy, so yeah, I'm going to keep that one. Alright, this I also got in Ipsy, and I do have this in the full size in a palette that I have from The Balm. This is The Balm's Bahama Mama. Now I have it with my single shadows because it's supposed to be a bronzer, but like this is one of my big pet peeves about like samples that come in like subscription boxes. Like, who can get a bronzer brush in that? Or like, what bronzer brush do you think would fit in that? Because like I don't own any that would, because normally a bronzer brush is like more fluffy and big, so I have to use it as an eyeshadow, but I'm gonna get rid of it. This is a full-size eyeshadow I got in an Ipsy bag as well. It's from INT Cosmetics. It's the Goddess Gold eyeshadow. It's nice. I've used it a few times, but I don't have one of those pans that you can put these magnetic single shadows in. So I have to keep it in the plastic packaging, and I just have so many shades that are similar to this kind of bronzy champagne gold color, so I'm just going to pass it on. Alright, these three are all by Wet n Wild, and I think they all run for like $1 each. This one, oh, it looks so pretty, but it's seriously, I don't know if you can tell, it's like oily. It's kind of gross. But I found like using it as like a topper on top of my other eyeshadows, it's just so sticky, and like it just ends up moving my shadows around, and it kind of makes a glittery mess. So even though it looks pretty in the package, and you think, oh, it's only $1, it's not good, and I don't recommend it. Now, these two are really good. I have this one in the shade Nutty, and this one in the shade Creme Brulee. Creme Brulee on my skin tone is just a really good like setting all over the lid shade, or like a brow bone highlight. And then Nutty is kind of like a silvery kind of taupe color. And it is really pretty. I just don't get use out of it anymore. But if you are looking for like affordable eyeshadows like these are really good. They're only $1, like I said. Alright, so these two are also samples of bronzers that I got in my subscription boxes. This one is by Ciate. It's their bronzer, their bamboo bronzer. This one I could potentially get like a smaller bronzer brush in, but I actually have been enjoying it as like a everyday kind of transition color. You probably won't even be able to see it on my skin right now because I'm a little self-tanned. But yeah, I think it's a really good everyday transition shade in the crease. So I've been using it for that. So I'm going to keep this one. And then this one is by Elizabeth Mott. It's the What Up Beaches Matte Bronzer. And it's just, oh, if I can get it open. it's just very tiny. It's like the size of my index finger, which is small. So yeah, I'm gonna pass this one on too. All right, this last row is all of my LA Colors eyeshadows. So I have 4 of the matte eyeshadows and then 4 shimmers. I'm gonna be getting rid of all of the shimmers because they're just not good. They're not super pigmented and they're kind of chunky and gross. So I'm gonna be getting rid of all these. And by the way, these retail for only 50 cents, which is awesome. I'm at Dollar General, but yeah, I just don't like the shimmer shades. And this one in the shade, let's see, Nude Shimmer. I can get away with using it as a highlight, but as you can see, like in the pan, it's just kind of, the formula is just weird, and it's a little bit like, it's just kind of chalky and gross. So yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of all of the shimmers. And I'm going to make it easy. I'm keeping all the mattes because they are so, so stunning. I'm going to swatch a few of them for you, or a couple maybe. I have the shades Foxy, Secret, Whisper, and Forbidden. And I'm going to swatch the shade Forbidden for you because it's really hard to make a beautiful, like, rusty brown red color. They're really soft, super pigmented, which is kind of hard to come by at the drugstore for mattes. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. And then I'll swatch Secret for you, which is kind of a dusty, deeper mauve color. See, look at that. So, 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 so pretty. So I highly recommend these. If you can find these, these are just as good and just as blendable as like my Lorac Pro mattes that are in one of my Mega Pro palettes. So these are so good. Alright, you guys, so I'm getting rid of 17 of my single eyeshadows and I'm only keeping 12. So I think this is my best declutter yet. I'm getting rid of over half of my collection. So yeah, next up I'm going to be filming all of my shadow sticks. So stay tuned for that one. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And thank you to all of those who have already subscribed. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.